I never want to have bread like this.
That bread smells funny as well.
I'm not going to smell it. I don't know what this is made from.
It smells so weird. I just don't understand. It smells. It's like they tried to make it smell like bread, but they just got it horribly wrong, and it just smells like some weird chemicals.
I wonder if this is the wrist rest. There are some baguette wrist rests that you can buy on Amazon and other places. Oh, it is a wrist rest. Okay.
But it's too soft.
I
It's
think
too
I
soft to
bought
be
one of
wrist
those.
rest.
I think I bought one of those as a gift for someone. I don't know who it was though, but I have bought one of those baguette wrist rests before. So it's just very floppy, isn't it?
I had
That's
the wrist rest I
terrible
use,
wrist rest.
or I don't use the wrist rest, but the wrist rest I did have on my keyboard was much thicker than
You
this.
want it to be firm, like much firmer.
This
than
goes
that.
all the way through.
Yeah, it's like
And it also feels like it's leaving some residue.
yeah,
you
it's
know.
more sticky. As
So
well.
this is pretty much a perfect length for the bamboo
That looks so gross.
60% keyboard.
It does look really gross.
Just
Yeah.
aesthetically though, because your keyboard looks nice.
Yeah. That's that's quite combo, isn't it? Let's just how about no? So we have where's my diary gone? Down here. Okay. What do we have coming up? We have Inferno coming up. Ninjas in Pajamas versus.
He didn't even open it. He's like,
Yeah.
I did open it. What are you talking about?
I mean, like, didn't really read anything.
I did. I read the map. That's why I know what
Oh.
the map is.
That's so quick. How can you be that fast?
I know
Why do you
that.
put match scores in your diary?
Huh?
Diary is for your thoughts and stuff after the day and everything.
I have 2 diaries. Let's go top down camera to explain this to Launders. Okay. Let's go top down camera.
One of
That's
those
my-
must be a schedule or something.
Okay, so this is my work diary. Of course, I have it engraved with my initials because I'm a gangster. This is my work diary. This is where the business happens. This is like when we do E-League, for example. Let me just find a blank page, all right? So this is like a 2 days. So when we do E-League and they put me on the analyst desk, I have to write down every single round and the notable things because my memory is that bad that I won't know what to say otherwise. So I have to make loads of notes. So I have a long page in this one for that purpose, and then this is the business, the week view diary.
It's a business.
So this is specifically for Counter-Strike. This is my Counter-Strike book. This is my diary.
Which one would you rather not lose?
Obviously, the business diary.
Okay.
What is exactly the question? Wow. All right then, Inferno. I expect a better performance from Ninjas in Pajamas. I expect the whole team to turn up. I think they will have a better time of things. Hopefully, the nightmare that Forrest had on Mirage will be a distant memory because he is one of the key players who's always solid for Ninjas in Pajamas. Went missing in that previous game, and that might have had something to do with the issues they had. Draken had a slow start as well. He missed a few shots. I think he was still kind of, we saw some scenarios where he was crab walking with the sniper rifle, maybe still moving a bit before firing a shot, I don't know. But at least those 2 players had a slow start for Ninjas in Pajamas on the previous map. They need to turn up immediately here.
Yeah, I think Inferno will be a little bit easier. I think it's, like from a momentum perspective, and I think G2 will be able to just, because we saw almost like a 9-1 scenario from G2, like very quickly, and it felt like one of those CT halves where essentially if you miss one frag, as Lorna's stated, it's a domino effect, and that happened like repeatedly to an IP. So it felt like to me they didn't get too much of a chance to play, which was a result of great calling from G2 to accomplish that as well. So I think they'll be fine here. It's Inferno. It's very comfortable for NIP. I think they're going to find their groove.
You think NIP will win?
I think it will be pretty close. I think they should win. Actually, if they were playing like they were yesterday, I think they should win. But
Where do you stand on these topics, Launders?
I don't think they're gonna win. I think G2 will win. Personally, not a huge fan of NIP's Inferno. Maybe their T side, but not so much their CT side. I feel like they just don't have a proper concept of how important information is, and I think that G2, and they're also not playing like they are yesterday. We know that already.
All right then. Well, we will soon be into Inferno. I haven't played Counter-Strike for a few days.
what's happened?
I want to play.
And what's happening in your body, in your brain?
Oh, it's mainly because
In cravings.
the computer I was
You're
playing
getting
on
the
was stolen.
shakes.
No, I'm actually. I've gone back to the Switch. Oh, never mind. I've gone back to the Switch and I've been playing a game. I've tweeted a few videos about it. It's an unusual game, but very, very engaging. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a puzzle game. Very novel. Oh, there is trouble here. Get Right is at the bottom of ramp, alone with the bomb. And the CTs have charged down mid. Don't often see this in a pistol round. Okay, he's got a teammate with him, Get Right, but this could descend into absolute madness. Kenny taken down early. There's a smoke at the bottom of ramp, and NBK will be able to fall back. So the scare might be over for Get Right and co with the bomb.
See if they can do it. Just one man on banana. Gotta be careful. If MBK dies,
Get Right has a flashbang. They could flash banana.
it's a free passage.
Why you no flash? Using the numbers game instead, but ooh, MBK very careful indeed. And here comes the charge from Ninjas in Pajamas.
MBK has no Kevlar as well, so he's going back to a headshot angle.
Oh, wow.
Mix well. Oh, hello. Able to get a lot of time there for one kill. That's nice. But he'll spot the rotation as well from NIP after NIP sent MBK back. Really cool for NIP to do this. I like it. Oh, oh God. Oh my God. Blob. Oh. Oof.
That reminded me, all those sounds you made reminded me of this video where this woman falls on her face and she goes, oh, 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 afterwards.
Oh, the tomato one.
It's
There's a
an old
stomping
video,
a tomato or whatever.
Oh,
Stomping grapes.
yeah, she,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
It sounds like you're making seal noises.
Yeah, it does. Don't know where to go with that. That's a shame for Ninjas in Pajamas, but it's great for G2 looking to accrue yet more points. I keep being reminded of the ledge which used to sit above this ramp area with the ladder on older Counter-Strikes. We spoke about it yesterday. It's just in my head now.
I think it was just 1.6 one, wasn't it?
I don't remember source.
Yeah, it wasn't in the source version. This version was much closer to source before it was changed, but
Raw source.
the geometry is much more similar to source with all the details as well of source. I like how to make sure that you're reminded that it's supposed to be Italy, there's like scooters everywhere, an unreasonable amount of scooters.
So last round, NIP did a good job of juggling G2, where they went on banana, NBK fell back to site, and then someone pushed mid to get control back, and they went back and punished him. This round, they're taking control of banana, and actually, you know, they might do something similar. I thought they would just continue into B, but they will not run that train.
It would be cool if they just burst through the smoke, like right as the smoke ends.
Wow,
I guess it's like this. This works. I think there's a timing in which the CTs assume that they're kind of still safe with the smoke, and good pick from Forest finding MBK, and they can get the bomb down now. Ooh, maybe G2 could even consider saving at this point. It's looking quite desperate, and they don't have kits on the remaining players. I don't know if there is one on the floor on the side. Some trading continuing though, and the damage is pretty high for G2. Kenny will try to make his way around, so they're going for this. Kenny finds himself the first one, body as well. Oh, this is looking really good right now. Get Right stuck with the CZ, 7 bullets. Just being baited out. The MP9 comes into play once again, and G2 make it work. That looked very sketchy, honestly. There was a lot of ways that could have gone wrong, but an NIP surely will force by here. Surely.
Maybe? Yeah, oh, there it is.
That's a nice knife. That's an... Oh, it's gone
Which
now.
one? Which one?
Whose was it? It was one of the CTs. I forget which guy it was.
Which
Was it
type of
Mixwell?
knife was it?
No, it was bodies. Was it bodies? Yeah.
It's
That
a
one.
big blue knife.
That's really nice.
Knife.
Knife.
Which one of my knives do you have? Tiger Tooth.
Yeah, I think so.
Also nice.
But do you play on high shaders?
What's that?
You play on high shaders.
Probably.
Because without high shaders, the Tiger Tooth looks gross.
Yeah, I think I have things on high.
Looks like mustard.
Everything on high.
I love mustard.
But you love to look at it.
I have a lot of mustard at home, although I probably need to buy some more mustard since I haven't been home for 2.5 months. Hello. Mixwell kicks things off from the graveyard position. He's made a hole with which to bury Get Right. A mixed bag from NIP, trying to capitalize on the damage they did in the previous round. So far, not so good. In these matches with G2 today, they have got pretty far with quite little. Looking for an entry now towards B.
They want to get in there. But it will cost them. Crossfires. And there it is. They try to trade onto Kenny S. And then Apex gets the lineup. Beautiful B setup. Easy does it. Easy does it.
The rotations are perfectly on point for G2. They're getting the info when they need to, and they've always got presence in CT when it's going to be a B hit. They're on the ball. That's what we like to see on CT side.
Dual Bretters and Kevlar for Get Right. Julies. I never buy dual Bretters. But someone who does is Get Right. Number of grenades from the CT side. Does he gamble? Push the short position. Has a cheeky peek. Will that keep players entertained? Body quietly moving back towards the balcony. Not wanting to let them know that he is repositioning. There is no flashbang for a Halls burst. Now they know everybody is by the graveyard. He gets his bell rung, but can they finish him off? Running out of bullets. Running out of health. Forget right. I think he was seen, but didn't see his opponent. 4 versus 3. Apex in the cruel space. May hear Dennis positioning. I think he might have opened. No, he didn't open the door. Running distraction. Okay. Still not overextending though. Not going for the gun just yet. Apex spotted in second mid. This could get hairy again for G2.
Looks like the wax has been applied though. And the forest will soon be removed. Oh. So he's a tricky one.
Mr. Miyagi.
He's a tricky one. The forest cometh for you. How do you deal with the forest? Oh, the angle's held. Oh, that's really nice. Gets a, especially considering he has no Kevlar. Perfectly peeks the angle. Upgrade. Oh, he's so
genius.
close. He's so close.
He's a genius. What would I do if I was my opponent? Well, the bomb is top mid. He has to plant the bomb. That's where the time pressure is. I'll wait on the site rather than engage top mid. Forest, he deserved it. He deserved the win.
Yeah, if he just had Kevlar, he probably would have been able to survive that.
Indeed. Oh, can he some bunny hops there? Not perfect. So you'll have to fall back. Look at those logs. Look at all those beautiful logs. It makes you think of campfires. It's nice sitting by a lovely campfire. Feels good. Looks like they're trying to make a campfire of res. All the Molotovs being thrown in there, and instead of throwing the double HEs, as some teams do, they are just going to push the position. They get the frag, but the trade is available for Forest, as there's no deep smoke for that position. And NIP will make their way for top mid control at the same time. Maxwell in a good spot. Where do you look? To the right, to the left? You're most commonly going to be looking to the right. There's no one there to trade.
Spots like Cubby are always really nice when you have a man advantage. Very common to skip it, like Dennis just did.
He's fast, like lightning.
Another good start for G2. Another good start indeed. Their money's being kept honest though for the time being. And NIP at max loss bonus now can spend a few bob in this round to try and keep it honest. Let's see if G2 start overextending with the success they are having, or if they will retain their focus. 4 Deagles and a CZ on the T side, slow out of T spawn, so they will avoid all of these grenades. G2, however, are still well equipped with these Molotovs and such. Will there be... Oh, Apex taking damage, but he's standing his ground! And now he's gone. He's a goner. Now NBK, what does he do? Does he try and protect this weapon? Because he might go as well. Indeed he will. Big problems for G2.
It's so weird to me that Apex faces there after he gets tagged twice and Rez unpeaks. Could have very easily fallen back, I think. NBK came in to make sure that he could help because he wanted to fight for some reason, but
Yep.
in reality, they probably both should have just gone back.
I mean, it's just like if you look at the basic theory of the whole situation, they can't get into a bomb site. This is a round where they don't have utility. Their weapons, they're mostly deagles. And deagles are way harder to entry with than CZs are. So you want them trying to push a choke point, being forced to move at the same time. And so to take a fight there is to be like, hey, NIP, would you like us to give you a much easier situation than otherwise we could? That's kind of what they're offering to NIP, and NIP are going to take that every day.
There's no flashbang. Get right, it's late, and Kenny's already got a pick. Second player is here in terms of Mixwell. Ooh, what do you do now? Talk about keeping them honest. This might be the first round for Ninjas in Pyjamas. There is a flank coming in from Banana, which Boss is looking for, but he's blind. Great flash from CT by Mixwell. Leaves it in a 2 versus 2. Eaton Posse sets up from the Swedes. Then a Molotov will put a stop to that. Out to the open now, they're forced out Dennis. Oh, running out of bullets, his body. And there is a first round on the board for the Ninjas.
So if I'm not mistaken, the Molotov that basically killed Kenny S was picked up, I think, from Apex or MBK, I guess. Because I don't think they had a Molotov. I don't think they bought one. I think they just bought some deagles. So that spiraled out of control pretty quickly based off of the kills on Banana, which were definitely engagements which I mean, a lot of the time, of course, they're just going to get the kills straight away. But again, it's not a great risk to take.
Yeah, no, the big thing is they had a lifeline. Like, they had the ability to fall back after taking some damage.
Yes, yeah.
That was the big thing.
I'm with you there. But they wanted to repick until death, and death came for them. The Grim Reaper in the form of a deagle. And incendiaries. Now Mixwell in good position, eliminated by Rez. NIP finding good position on the sites. And Dennis also defending. So this is not going well for G2 here. So I think it's reminiscent of Mirage a little bit, that G2 gave NIP a lifeline, and now it could get out of hand. Still going for this. The bomb is pretty close to detonation at this point. And that will be it. Apex will save. Wow, look at like G2 have no money now. This is really bad. You kind of hate to see this be the result of a round where they were just over-aggressive. Just simply over-aggressive, as opposed to NIP making like a really cool play to kind of catch them off guard and sort of outplay them or win a mind game or something similar, and to get back in the round that way. So we'll see whether or not GT can do something with the USPs, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, there are a couple of different ways they could have played that too. I wonder if Body was better off just staying in halls while his teammate was in pit. It's not uncommon when teams take A to leave somebody in pit because they didn't go halls and jump out. So I don't know if it was absolutely necessary for him to smoke and jump out and really risk that. And instead, just let Mixwell kind of fight for himself as long as possible and him maintain halls control for the retake.
Flash into the boiler position. Nobody stopped me. I like the time at which Ninjas are taking this map control, and they could split both sides of A. You can see the rotation on the radar of the two CTs from the B bomb site. Ooh, Forrest catches a sniff of NBK, and NBK was none the wiser. And now they can split the A bomb site if they want to. So they'll slowly try to clear out these positions. Forrest facing two players. Not sure if he realized where Mixwell was, but that's what you like to see. Compromises the CT positions when you have vision of them from long, and life becomes much easier.
You can see how calm he is though, because it looks like he's just not reacting or just took his hand off his mouse, but he just doesn't see where that shot's coming from, and instead of just flailing wildly, he's just waiting to see if he can spot that person.
Dragon fast for the pick on Banana, and he's close. But no cigar.
You can see G2 immediately 4-1 almost at the beginning of every single round, which I think is awesome. it really just comes down to how MBK plays the round out. And we can see Apex used his smoke first, so MBK's actually got a Molotov as well, which means, you know, he can delay here for the better part of 20 seconds, or even more, all by himself.
It's crazy too because MBK is playing on the side, but he has an incendiary and smoke still.
There goes the smoke. Apex trying to pick good timing to do something. Moving away. There'll be no sound cues that he was there. Now then, what is the play here from NIP? Do G2 throw a potential wrap? They have no information towards Banana for the time being. That will put Apex in CT spawn, just in case. 38 seconds left for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and they'll slowly move into an A split once again. Body getting picked off, and Mixwell's position could be compromised once that smoke goes, but Kenny S with a 2K will make a difference.
Kenny with 3 kills, that's massive. Wow, just single-handedly dealing with the split, and now it's just the players coming in from the quad area. It's looking quite difficult, but somehow they're actually getting the frags, but they're very, very weak, and Draken with the AWP will finish off MBK. Unbelievable after Kenny S's 3K so early on. That NIP is still able to win that round.
Oh, that's a really strange round. We get to actually watch this back though. Oh
Whoa.
my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, my god.
So
I wonder if
he
I
knew
got
the
kill.
strat. Because that was supposed that smoke was supposed to make it seem like they were going to, you know, wrap to B, or at least take some time. They just called them both out.
That is crazy. It's like getting frags like that is just never gonna happen. And then for the fact, like, then for them to lose the round after he gets 3 immediate kills and like kills the split, that's just nuts. That means that he was the only guy who was able to win any fights. It's nuts.
Yeah, I think that his teammates fighting lane just felt like they were in a good spot to do that because he was dedicated to watching Arch. But maybe if they don't try to just fight them until they get to the crossfire on site, they have a better chance. But I guess they wanted to protect Kenny S from the side because if they got too close, then they'd be able to see him from the sight box.
By the way, they're back on the pistols. NIP will take their time just clearing the relevant spaces and the relevant places and shooting their faces.
Ooh, the bomb. Perhaps you require it to go towards the A sites. And if Body looks to his right-hand side, things could get very curious, although they don't know any better. So Crisis has been averted. Familiar phrase. Often potential crisis.
What about a time crisis, James?
A crisis of time has been seen once or twice in a game of Counter-Strike.
Have you played Time Crisis?
Have you stepped on the pedal, James?
I was a man of the arcade. I was a pedal pusher. I liked Virtua Cop, the old school Sega game.
Oh yeah, that was
with
good.
with the polygons,
I remember that one. That was pretty cool.
the low polygon count. Yeah, Virtua Cop was cool.
I think I'll always have a soft spot for House of the Dead.
I didn't play that one too much.
It's a classic.
I thought it was too just got wrecked all the time.
Yeah, it was hard. It was pretty tough.
It was very swarmy. That's why I
Yeah.
liked Time Crisis. I let the pedal, the whole thing with the pedal just made that game for me.
My favorite shooting game in the arcade was Point Blank.
I haven't tried
I
that
haven't
one.
played
Had
that.
loads of mini games and targets and ducks and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Point
I
Blank
like-
was awesome.
I like the arcade, like, was it the 1944? What's the plane?
The plane game, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic. 1944.
We should go to an arcade, James, and play these games.
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's. Where's that? Is that around here?
I'm not sure, but they have them everywhere in America. So
Go have to find one.
Sherman Oaks.
it's the other side of the mountains.
5-5. Both teams on the bye. Both teams with a sniper rifle and so on and so forth. Ninjas in Pyjamas had a rough start today, but they've tied the score. Can they now break the money of G2, or can G2 stabilize after the issues they've had of late? Overextension on Banana. Again, NIP may be let back into the match.
Lots of nades used to take top mid. G2, what do you want to do about it? What are you going to do? Kenny S is going to go for the peak on the angle. That is a very good shot. I did not expect that to connect. Catches Forrest though, and Dennis catches Kenny S on the repeat. Now, it's hard to say if that was a greedy one or not. I think Kenny S was, well within his right to go for that. But especially as you're going to be up against AKs, you'll have the advantage most of the time. But now they have to break the positions in a more forward spot, such as Speedway and Arch and MBK. It's crazy that MBK was in the Arch, gets a pick there, and is able to rotate onto B in time. That's awesome from MBK, but needs some help, and help is not coming. There is no help.
What do you do now? Oh, look at that. They got snow money. They will be escorted out of the casino.
Get out.
NIP to take the lead. Eco Town for G2. Well then,
Things have gone south quickly. They let one round go, and then they have gotten picked apart on the last 2 rifle rounds. Strange ways. G2 kind of making the right plays. Even some of the frags, like the frags have been good, but then NIP have just been more consistent overall.
It's kind of a weird game, actually.
It's a strange one.
Because of G2, like it's crazy because if there are all these spots where if G2 sort of just tighten up these small things, like spots where they're over aggressive or this, that, or the other, like these small sort of like tweaks.
Yeah.
They would be crushing. They would be so good.
That's kind of the story of G2.
Full
And
stop.
French CS in
French,
general.
yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean the inconsistency is absolutely.
So a little bit of tightening up would do a world of good.
Yeah. And the inconsistency comes from their decision making, not from them being on this day or off that day, actually as well. It's just that if you're a very skilled team, and you win the coin, you do a bunch of coin flips, and you get heads 5 times in a row, then they're going to look super sick. But there are times when obviously it's not going to go so well, and because Counter-Strike is a game of not just aim but economy and various other things, it can quickly snowball out of control. But you do wonder with MBK if over time they'll become slightly more consistent and a bit more disciplined in that way.
what a perfect smoke grenade. Parfait, as the French would say. 2-man rotation from G2 towards the B bomb site. Only body has a flash. He's on B itself. There is the flashbang. Kenny taking down a lurker in the meantime. Get right taken down towards A. Is that enough information for G2 to rotate? There's a pop flash attempt from body. Gets the first player, but not a kill. Just a flash.
So it's like a recovery into the bomb plant onto the B site for NIP. Now the crazy thing is that after that start, and again, I think what was it like? Was it 5-0? I think it was 5-0.
Yeah.
And then G2 sort of over-aggressive at B. And one of the things about that also is that when you're playing Inferno, you have to be really cautious of getting picked at B quickly at the beginning of the round, just because the Ts can get onto the B site very, very, very fast. And everyone has seen those rounds. It usually happens like once a match at least, where someone walks up banana, like let's say Stewie or Shox, gets 2 one-shots, and then the round's already over in the first 10 seconds.
That's how important it is. That's how important banana control is. It just takes way too long to get, like, even when you rotate to CT, you don't feel safe, because someone could have picked up your op and cut you all the way off. There's, like, no easy way to get into the site. So that's why it's so important. And the way that G2 are playing, they are fast rotating when they see that nobody from NIP are taking banana at the beginning of the round. So if suddenly they kill Apex or MBK, well then it's just a 1-3, or if they pull over, it's like 2-2. Both sites are equally weak.
Yeah. And it's something where you don't want to sort of over obsess over like one small situation, but this in Counter-Strike, one situation can cost you quite hugely, and we see here NIP taking full advantage. They've managed to get a lot of momentum, 7 rounds in a row. Will it be 10?
Good flash from his teammate.
Oh, go on. Get another one in. Get a close one. Ooh.
Closer.
Did he tag him? I don't know. Get right. Having some trouble in the apartments area. Aggression from G2 around the map. However, Ninjas in Pyjamas have top mid, and there are 2 players in CT for G2. Not quite sure. There's all kinds of rotation going in from the CT side. There's a pop flash, spots a corner. A CT on the corner, rather. Which way do G2 players go? Apex making his way towards the B bomb site, so now Kenny's asking questions around Arch. Questions that may soon be answered. Dennis is deep. Who has the advantage here? Oh, he's missed a shot. Dennis does not chase. He knows the window in which he can try to go for Kenny before Kenny can shoot again, but Kenny re-aggresses once more. So cheeky.
As well, going for the peak as well, caught off by the AWP on the angle. Okay, Body. I guess perhaps Body maybe expected that, hey, you know, they're gonna move now. They wouldn't expect another peak on this position. He was incorrect, and the cost was high.
A lot of times the last place the sniper will look is there just after killing someone.
Yeah, and I mean, Kenny S can win this round for his team still. He's on the A site against 3 players. This is the Gauntlets. Oh, caught off by motor area, and that's all she wrote for Kenny S, unfortunately for him. Had he gotten an extra kill, I do wonder if MBK would have hazarded a chance at it. They don't have any money, though, in NIP. Quickly coming to that 10-5 scoreline. As you can see, round after round after round after round after round after round after round in a row.
That was cool that Draken expected a second person to come and trade.
Yeah, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Because it makes Body look really silly, doesn't it? But in reality, again, if a team's priority is to get space off a pick, you just don't expect a re-peek there from another player. It's in a professional setting.
And they were so far
match.
apart. Like,
Yeah.
if he gets the kill, I think Body's thinking, all right, he held that for a second. They're probably going to try to move this round along. Now they've got 2 kills. I'm going to go ahead and get this frag since I'm close enough to peek at an awkward time. And he was just extremely patient.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Double snipers on the T side for Ninjas in Pyjamas. A change in approach. What is Rez carrying? 2, I think he might be carrying 2 AKs, I guess. So there is some flexibility for Forest. We shall see. 2 rounds remain in this first half, and we see some shortcomings in the buy here for G2. Many shortcomings indeed.
I wonder how NIP read that smoke, because I think that the smoke there really suggests that they don't have much utility. But you know, you don't want to give away banana for free at the beginning of the round. So you kind of need to throw a smoke there just to prevent them from getting the full picture of banana. But they did throw the smokes very early, so. And one thing you do as a professional team is you count smokes as well. So they already know, I think, 2 smokes are used on banana. So it's okay. This is a 3rd one. So it's a really big encouragement here for them to go for it. Nice pick from Kenny, but they just have to go B now. And Mixwell will rotate there. He's only got a CZ, but a lot of typing.
Get right. If he peeks, he's surely done. He's surely doomed. Look how close Apex is as well. Make it really hard to deal with that angle. Closer he is. Really running the clock down. Kenny dropping the smoke, and Apex might hear that rotation. I think he does. What can he do about it? There's a flash for G2 towards the B bomb site, and Apex is on the flank already. Needs to get his skates on. The CZ's opening in work. The trade is there, but Body needs to buy time around his fountain. Forest says no.
It's a great pick from Forest. And NIP looking to salvage the rounds. Apex coming in. He might be able to get the frag. He does. Get Rice in the 1v2 though. Absolutely winnable. He can fight Kenny. Yes. Oh, he had the drop on him. That was the play for Get Right. He just needed to connect the shot more quickly, and G2 will pick up their first round for a while.
For 8, right?
Indeed.
Oh, crikey, yeah.
So that was a nice and important save from G2, but NIP not really showing signs of slowing down yet. It was a really cool round, I think, from G2 because, again, they used so many smokes on Banana, and I think NIP read the round like, okay, they're not going to have that many, and then so for there to be 4 smokes on Banana, it really slowed them down and gave Kenny S more time to work in mid, and also they used the read, that they could go for picks from mid. So a lot about those smokes told them how to play that round, but oh dear. That's scary. That is really scary. It's panic territory here for G2 because they could be pushing it really quick. Apex has to be so careful. Knowing that he doesn't have time to go for a smoke, has to go for the flash. Gets one after pushing the angle. That's not bad.
Very fast decision making from Apex to avoid that unfavorable duel. And now look what he's doing. Got the bomb in the fountain. That was kind of weird. I think he jumped as he got shot at the same time. Forest blown to absolute smithereens. Kenny taking pot shots. Re-smokes, man advantage for the CTs. Body's still towards 8. They know the rotation is possible, and he does not want to get caught halfway into a flank. Get right, moved into the pull position, but look at the aggression from Maxwell. That is all the information they might need, although Draken still has the bomb. Last spotted top Banana. Now the flank comes in from Body. Top of the fountain, though. Kenny standing in the water, polluting the fish for round number 7 for G2.
Apex's peek into towards Fountain was actually really awesome. It came in at a very good timing. I think we'll see it here. Yeah, Flash comes in from his teammate, and he just goes to the wide peek out of Coffins. That was actually perfect because you actually, like, going 1-for-1 there is really, really, really good because it slows the T's down so much because they can't gain the ground they need to gain.
Yeah, killing the
so
first person is big, yeah.
That was a really awesome time to die. Like you kind of want to take that risk to die there.
And it shows you how important not taking that earlier fight was. Obviously, he was never going to be. The T would have had a shot way before he did, but just a lesson for those at home. He chose his engagements, and it paid off. Now we have G2 establishing control of Banana, showing some presence, ringing some bells. Press the bell to subscribe to the channel and get alerts when we go live. Not the bell on Inferno, though. Forrest making his way towards B, maybe, or thinking about it. Running around into library. Seems there's some indecision as they don't know what's going on. What the hell's going on there?
GT waiting it out. Looking to see if NIP are going to go for a push, but NIP seem to have read this like very, very well. They've got 4 players on the B-bomb side. This is rough for G2. They do get the opportunity to swarm, though, with the Glocks. G2, and that's always going to be nice, but they are getting picked off here. Rez actually only gets 1 after all, so maybe I'm completely wrong. No one's really getting picked off. Forrest will get in there, but the trade is quick, and GT win the pistol, so very much needed for them. Did they win the pistol of the first half?
Yeah, they started 5-0, right?
Yeah.
And then they lost 8 in a row. So then, yeah, they won the first pistol. They won, yeah, at least one of the other pistols as well on Barrage. If not both. Honestly, that puts NIP in a very tight spot. Even though they started to bring it back after the first half, I think that this will be weaker for them. But I was also way more impressed by G2's CT side. I feel like I've never really rated their Inferno until now.
Spam. Can of spam.
I've never had a can of spam, have you?
I was just about to ask you the same. Oh no, we had. Oh, well, I had spam. Remember last season, we went to a poke place and they had spam, like fried spam or something,
yeah.
some kind of spam. I had spam there. It was alright. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was like, this is alright.
It just seems kind of. You feel like it's just like second-rate meat or something like that. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the idea of eating it, even though I don't really know what it is.
What is spam again? Because
it's some kind of meat
canned meat
thing going on. It's English, or British rather.
Damn, you guys got everything.
Dennis and the USP. A children's story.
Never had spam and eggs, Dan?
No. Spam's basic ingredients are pork with ham, meats added, salt, water, modified potato starch, sugar, sodium nitrate.
Making my mouth water, Dan.
Could be worse.
It is a canned pre-cooked meat mixture that is often referred to as a mystery meat.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It is.
It
G2.
has no nutrients. It has no nutrients or vitamins.
And I won't be eating spam again.
I love that it just says that. Oh, wow.
And nothing food.
Well, there's no nutrients for NIP on the B-bomb site, James. They are going to suffer malnutrition. I mean, I just wanted to run with that.
Nobody wants to be suffering
Nutrition.
from malnutrition.
Don't want to be malnutrition.
Got there in the end. So what is the play here from Ninjas in Pyjamas? At this point, I think it's reasonable to try and hold on to these weapons. This push seems somewhat suicidal for me. They had 3 players alive. I feel like they could have just tried to make the most of it in this round instead. So that was a shame.
It reminds me, by the way, that there are a lot of places that will say that they are using crab meat, but it's actually a bunch of different like fish. Just
Where are they buying?
that's a good point.
Why are they buying?
Why you buy?
Because if they're gonna buy, if they were planning on buying this round, then they, you know,
Oh,
why,
did he get?
why wouldn't they save those guns?
Yeah, this is... What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Because you can see that from the buy of G2, they got the Mac 10 on Apex. They're not expecting.
There's no rifle. There's no op. There's not very many nades either.
Maybe part of it is because perhaps there's a lot of confidence for Draken with the scout because he knows, okay, I can get a free peek. They're not gonna expect me to have anything here. Again, it is a very big risk. So this is, you would really want to ask them, do you have something in mind? Why are you doing this?
Usually the conditions are the other team lost most of their players on the previous round. There is the opportunity to reset the other team. Maybe, how much money do G2 have right now? No.
Yeah.
There's like almost no incentive. And they're not even that far behind. It's not like it's 14 or something.
And you want to protect your economy as a CT side.
Very strange.
So it's
Certainly
really
they thought it through for some reason, but I don't know what that is. Can't see it for some reason.
We'll see if they can get something done. I mean, they've not lost any players just yet, but they are pretty weak. Not much time for G2 to do something. The bomb has to be collected. 30 seconds to go. Apex will threaten the B-bomb site, and that's going to pull a rotation. Draken's going to make his way backwards and forwards as the floating player around CT. And Forest. Oh, that's brilliant there from Forest. If he can get one more. Oh, it's close, but Draken will get caught off guard as well as now the light. It is dwindling. It's waning. The candle will be extinguished for NIP here shortly, it would seem, unless something will be given to them. But the smoke really makes life much more difficult. Kenius with an easy flank. Oh, maybe not. Flank upon the flank. That's 1v1. What on earth is happening? NIP really making a go of this. Rez moving in with the kit with the AK. Mixwell with a FAMAS. Can he dodge? Can he juke? It's going to be difficult. Rez finds himself the headshot. He's got a kit, Rez!
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Oh, that is so disappointing. He ran the wrong way.
Oh, it was close. I don't know if he would have had time, but I mean... This is so weird.
Yeah, it was really strange.
Like, the buy-in is very unusual. It's very unusual.
The crazy thing is that they can have a pretty awesome half-buy here with the AK. Forest going... I don't know what, again, like, it's always confusing to me. Forest could have Deagle, Kevlar, and a flashbang or a smoke, but he's got the helmet, which is useless. Perhaps, like, some auto-buy script that he's using or something for Kevlar helmet, I don't know. But they'll find Rez. Rez is playing B. But maybe Rez will move. Oh, that smoke is not... It's a bit of a gap there. It's a bit too deep. It's too deep, but it will lure Apex in. Apex too bloodthirsty, and he will be punished for that.
Did wonder if that would turn into a bait. He probably... Well, you're going to watch the smoke. I mean, there's nothing else for him to do on the B-bomb site.
Yeah.
Unless he thought maybe they were falling back. I don't know, but it is a gift to Ninjas in Pyjamas.
It's that classic thing, isn't it, where you, like, you know, someone throws a smoke and there's a huge gap. You're like, oh my god, he messed up this smoke. And look at this gap. Surely I can get something because he doesn't understand that there's a gap. And then there's obviously the guy sees that. Oh, I've messed it up. Oh, there's a gap there. I guess I'll hold that.
I've nosed it right up.
I guess I'll hold that. Oh, look.
This is a hyper dangerous situation for G2, and it's almost like a backdoor back into the game after very questionable economical decisions by Ninjas in Pyjamas. Oh, Rez, I think he might have just seen the cap, seen the beret. Now Kenyes is gone. 1 versus 4 for NBK at the front of the site. Some spam with a 5-7. Jumping up, still gets the kill. The transfer would be good enough, and indeed, here they are, all of a sudden.
Awesome round from Rez. Rez is so good.
Yeah, he is such a playmaker. This is nuts. The second kill, he's in the middle of jumping up on the sandbags. He's not ready for that.
This was so awesome. You don't see players handle it like that, where they have this angle where I actually do wonder if the T's can they even see him, because it might be an angle where they can't see him because he's still a little bit too high up, and he's playing quite far away from the crates. So that is really cool. Ooh, nice from Draken. Yeah, you're right, James. This is looking really dangerous now because NIP are in full swing of things, and because they had that weird buy and did loads of damage with it, they've created a spot here where the money from G2 is way behind where it otherwise should be, and now they're stuck to CZs. Do they have to full save if they lose this round? No. No, they don't.
Or trap smokes.
They could even have bought this round, actually.
Molly's down. That is quite the frag from Apex. He's hungry for it, so he is rabid. 4 on 4. Almost across 5 the CT side. Okay, Kenny. Those are weapons to be collected now. Rez smokes out of the site. The smoke soon disappearing. Can they get to the guns? Kenny's picked up an M4. And with Apex on the site, there might be nothing for him. There we go. Picked up an AK. And a smoke grenade. Re-smoking Arch. That's going to give them a lot of space to work with. And they will gamble that the CTs will not push through this. I think the CTs are boosting over the top. They see nothing in the pit. This is wasting time. It's going to be awkward, this push with the AWP. Draken has a smoke of his own. The bomb is in the site, so maybe they can find something with that, but they've got to put it in the right direction. There's a flashbang. That clock is really ticking. Rez on the bomb. Draken has to deliver. He will the first kill. Not the second one, though. Oh! And they've won the round, surely.
Oh, man, this is tight.
The round is theirs. What is going on in this game?
That's going to be more than huge for the economy. They won a round they weren't supposed to, and they saved $2 grand each, so now they have 7K apiece, and NIPs just got... Well, they actually have enough to buy. It's going to be a bit broken, but they have an op. So this could be one of the saving rounds for NIP in this match.
He's naked though, Draken. There's a limit to how aggressive he wants to be. Case in point. I think going for an early pick in Banana is absolutely crazy with no Kevlar. That's a nice shot. Okay, Draken. Oh my god, I thought he had a second one as well. His teammate's gone though. Again, still pushing forwards.
Oh, he jumped in front of his teammate there. Who could have protected him and played anti-flash. Oh god. This is so weird now.
It's almost been weird the entire half.
Yeah, you're right. Forrest must be so frustrated. Like the last round started with Apex just running, wide peeking with a CZ and getting a long range pick on him like instantly.
Well, he had to jump out of pit because they mollied him. So at least showed him his whole body. I mean, they put him in an weird spot.
Yes. Ooh, and Forrest can get revenge, baby. Pat pat. Rat-a-tat-tat. No kill for Forrest. And G2 can go back to B now. But that's where Get Right lies in wait. Is Get Right good for 2 or 3? Or is he good for 4?
The flash to face at the same time, but he can't get a spray on point. Dennis now gambling through the 5-7 triple face at the front and the back. And just goes from bad to worse in this half for Ninjas in Pyjamas, really. Not sure what else there is to say at this point. Très difficile.
Yeah, it's strange. They might have put themselves like a round behind with the strange buy and then could have won a couple of these rounds, got ecoed after they got an eco. It's really hard to say if it's totally unfair that the scoreline is the way it is. It seems to be balanced out in terms of luck for both teams. But on the bright side, NIP still have 1 or 2 full buys left to get their feet on the ground. And they need to prove that they can win upwards of 3-4 rounds in a row, regardless of how much luck they get or how unlucky they get. So they should win this game. They still should be able to. As long as they don't buy here.
No buy.
Don't listen to that DDK in your head that says buy.
Devil on the shoulder that says, if you buy a Deagle, here.
You could get a kill.
You could get a kill, yes. Why would you want to play around with a USP?
Why wouldn't you want to get a kill?
You are
When you
better
could
than
get
that.
a kill.
If you don't buy, you can't win.
You're better than a USP. You deserve a Deagle. You deserve it.
You miss 100% of the deagle shots you don't take if you don't buy a deagle.
Wayne Gretzky.
It's a classic, age old.
Legendary CS player.
So basically there's 3 devils here, and there's no
It's just darkness.
no angels on the shoulders. No angels to go around. We've run out.
Locked in the cupboard.
The world has run out. Okay, Apex going for the white peak. Boom! Oh, he's not there.
Anticlimax.
Yeah. How about there? No.
That was a nice one.
How about
Although you could kill, you can do 101 damage with a grenade versus a player with no Kevlar. When it hits him in the face and then explodes.
if he confuses it for a football?
101 damage.
On your heads. Oh god, it's a grenade. So G2 will claim the round. They've managed to finagle their way into the B-bomb site.
For us expecting players to come and protect that weapon. Pap, pap, pap.
Ski pop.
Oh wow. What on
Oh
earth
my
is that?
god.
Oh my god, does he go for the round win?
There's no time surely to get the bomb, right? Is there?
Can he actually get it?
No, there's no kit. I think he needs a kit, right?
Jesus.
That's so
That's
weird.
way too close.
That's so weird. What's the money like for G2? They're
I
going to
feel,
lose.
I feel like if he just ran to B.
If he had a kit, right? He would have been able
I mean,
to.
I feel like if he just ran to B, maybe he defuses the bomb anyway.
But I think
Maybe.
yeah, he has to get the kill on the last guy, I think, though, right?
Well, he was top, but he could be anywhere. I'd gamble it. Bottle wins the round there. There are a few scenarios like that. We saw one yesterday, especially in professional matches where it's like, he's definitely saving, where Bardolph is winning the round.
You should make a team called Bardolph in Pajamas. How about that?
It's just Team Bardolph. No pajamas necessary.
Wear your robes, your velvety bathroom robe.
I ordered 2 velour polos yesterday. I don't know how that's going to go. I think it's probably going to go bad.
James, you just don't wash them. Dry clean only.
Draken and Rez took so much damage. Oh, they haven't even shot yet.
See ya. Look at the health, though, on NIP. They are fairly weak. They require some band-aids. Or 2 or 3, or maybe 10.
Worse
Big-
for wear.
big
Oh my
ones.
god. Not like this.
Oh my days.
That is too close for comfort. Rez has been picked off in CT spawn, actually, by Apex moving through the arch position. Forest holding 6 down. And there is the bomb. There is almost all the information they need. Apex last seen around the arch position. Not expected library. It's a free kill. He will dispose of the AWP, or maybe not.
Kind of like he was going to do it, but he decided that. I guess he can save it on the B side.
That was like when I tried to flush my StarCraft CD down in my toilet.
Why?
You tried
So
to flush a CD in a toilet.
So I could quit. But then it
you know
didn't
that
flush.
you can just put it in
But then it didn't flush. So then it just
Surprise,
kept playing.
surprise.
But why wouldn't you just smash it?
Why wouldn't you
At
just
that
put a
point.
knife through it? Just blade it.
Blade it.
Yeah, I could have.
Or
I guess.
use it as a frisbee
we all have our own
into
styles.
someone else's garden.
Lornas, that was a perfect opportunity for just sticking it in the microwave.
You sound like a man who
experiment.
didn't really want to dispose of your
You guys just
StarCraft
want
CD.
to torture the CD and just have like some
Flushing it is
sick
pretty.
morbid way of
Flushing
doing
it
it.
is not. I mean, flushing it is torturous because then. Well, how, it won't. It's not going to go down.
I would
there
rather
unless you
drown. I would rather drown than get microwaved.
Yeah, but you're gonna send it. It's gonna be miserable, in pain, the entire rest of its existence, as opposed to just an end of the existence, which an existence past its purpose.
I think it would
It
die
has a
after
purpose,
13
and
or
you've
14
removed its
seconds in
purpose.
the water.
What are you guys talking about right now? What do you call it when you give an inanimate object
Personification.
human attributes?
You call it
Personification.
no.
Oh.
Anthropomorphize. Hang on. Pretty sure it's anthropomorphize. I mean,
Pretty sure that NIP have a one-man lead, and they're only 4 rounds away from catch-up. Kenny S. The AWP wasn't kind to him. Mixwell will pick up the slack or try to. Anthropomorphize. It's hard to say that fast.
anthropomorphism, the attribution of human characteristics or behavior to a god, animal, or object.
So you're anthropomorphizing a CD. Interesting. 2 plays Arch for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Dennis with an off angle. Here's his teammate playing flashbang avoidance. Draken pops out from short. And look at the instant reaction. Dennis, here he comes. Sees Mixwell. Needs not re-engage. 4 versus 2. We have Rez moving into an off angle at the bottom of mid. Forrest gets picked out, but it's just Mixwell alone. Pop flash. That's a nice one. But Get Right is in a superior position. And that is round number 11 for the Ninjas in Pyjamas.
That was very nice. I mean, yeah, really got in their face at mid. That was the same thing that G2 punished them on. No, NIP punished on them in the pistol round of the first pistol round. Jesus, English.
Oh, that was fun to listen to. But only if you're deaf.
Re-peeking mid was a good idea. Period.
It really feels like NIP are going to win now. Calling it.
Sipping on that nip magic.
Like, do you think there's a world in the future, like let's say in 2 years, where people, they're like tournaments or whoever says, you know what, no more pistol rounds, and they're like, you know, because we have no more pistol rounds, we're going to remove, let's say, 6 rounds in total. So first team to
How much money do you start with
10
though?
instead. I don't know, like 10k or something.
I mean, it's possible.
Because then
I don't
you'd
think
like,
that's fun to watch.
because then you would like shorten CS and, but you would still have, it would still be CS.
What do you think of that, James? I don't mind a game that's shortened, but I think it's kind of boring to watch.
What was the question?
Would you want to start a game with 10k per team, but
So
then
this- yeah.
less rounds in total?
Yeah, so you remove like basically like the first like 3 rounds of each half, and then everyone just starts 10k.
No, I like the tradition. While it may lead to more consistent Counter-Strike, I like the tradition of what we have.
You're a sentimental man.
I am.
Man of sentiment.
I like the classics.
Ooh,
Wow.
damn. That kind of stuff really gives you respect for when you see people like AWPers on the CT side hit the flick shot on the player that jumps onto the top of the wall. Like we saw Fallen yesterday. I think it was Fallen who hit that shot. As they jump up. Impressive.
Impressive.
Oh my god, I would pay for a Bardolph sound pack of Quake sounds. If you do all of them, and I could like put it into my Quake. That'd be so awesome.
That'd be messed up if he made you pay for it.
For you, Dan, I would do it anyway.
Nice.
I have all kinds of Quake sounds on my phone.
There's actually not too many things you'd have to record, so I'll look into that. Anyway, push into the B side here for G2. It's pretty much a 1 round, really, unless Get Right somehow gets a couple more kills. On top of that, it's going to be very hard, though, by himself. And Kenny S is fast in for a trade. Kenny S wanted to get the 1v1. And Dennis catching MBK off guard. Not sure where MBK was looking. But either way, it doesn't matter. Kenny S will say no. Kenny S having a hell of a game.
Yeah, he called out Get Right pretty hard. He heard all 30 bullets go. He's like, you don't have another rifle, so I'm coming in.
Going in. So what I said about NIP being able to take it, seems as though I was perhaps incorrect, because G2, well in command of this, but look at the equipment from NIP. If you would take a moment, if you would, look at their equipment. It's pretty good. Double orbs, and they're in a spot where perhaps they want to be taking risks.
Oh. Nice.
Oh my god.
Confidence.
So nice when you land that.
Oh, hello.
That was supposed to bounce off the wall and go towards the site itself. That's why it would have been good to avoid it around the double stack. Draken taken out, 2 Ninjas in Pyjamas players remaining. Now it's just Rez, 1 versus 4 to stop G2 taking Inferno. To stop them getting another 3 points with the AWP. How do you get 1 kill and avoid getting shot by such a person? You don't, not this time. 16-12, G2 are victorious again.
A game riddled with just the wins from G2. Some clutches won in the first map with NIP, and in the second, not so much of the latter. Unfortunately, it was a close game, and NIP probably really needed the victory, but G2 looked very strong here on Inferno.
Yeah, G2 definitely quite scary. Again, like, you know, if they can tighten up just a few things here or there, it would have looked so very dominant for them. But they're sort of the makers of their own sort of, like, for like these weird situations. They have themselves to blame. Either way, it was a good showing, and NIP will be somewhat sad that they couldn't have had, as we mentioned earlier, the performances that they had yesterday, that kind of form against FaZe, against arguably a weaker opponent here in G2, although not that much weaker.
Here are the statistics. Kenny S.
Yeah.
He was just shy of 3,000 in the previous game. This time he goes almost to 3,200 in normal time with rounds to spare. He's on fire today. We'll see if that plays out in the games to come later on. G2 now in 2nd place with 2 more games to go versus Envy later on, and Ninjas Pyjamas move down to 5th. Ninjas Pyjamas with 1 more game to be played, which I think will be tomorrow. Then FaZe with 2 more games coming later tonight. So doesn't look like NIP's fate is in their hands anymore. And we will be moving on to Envious. They'll be playing FaZe. That's coming up very shortly indeed. Envy, a team who just got relegated from the Germans League. Can they make it all the way to LAN or get out of the relegation zone? Many questions to be answered after the break.